say that knowledge is power, but we say only if you know where to get it. We are the Council, and welcome to the Gossup, where we bring the whispers, the facts, and the stories that matter. Stay locked in. Welcome to the Gossup, everybody.
Hello.
Well. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
2026.
Yes.
I know we haven't seen. I saw
New
y'all
year. We brought the New Year in together.
All together. No,
and with
really
some of you.
We did.
Yes.
Yeah, we really did.
We're one full week in.
And we also are at a different location right now.
Beautiful location. Fancy location.
That you guys are going to have the opportunity to view on this podcast. But we have our very own special guest.
A special
who
guest.
actually was part of the New Year's Eve event. She put it on Malure Cosmetics.
Yes.
And David D. Jones Entertainment. And so we have our very own Monique. Monique, wait, what is your last name?
Green.
Monique Greene. It's Green.
Green.
Yes.
Woo!
Yes.
Okay. Well, we have Monique Greene is here as our special guest.
Yes.
So she's going to participate in the Gossip.
Welcome.
Welcome. Thank you for having me.
We are so excited. She's going to be sharing some things to you viewers, and also some tips and just some history about who she is. Some of y'all might already know who she is. But yeah, we're very, very happy that you're here.
Thank you.
And how y'all ladies been doing? Because I saw you on New Year's Eve, but we hadn't did a show in a couple of weeks. What was up?
We were busy and tired.
Oh, Lord.
So we ended the year resting as much as possible because, 2025 was really, really busy, especially towards the end. That last quarter was crazy.
Yeah.
So I can say Charlisa spent the end of 2025 resting. It really wasn't to the very end, though, and just tired. And then brought in 2026 with the crew, the squad, and then was sick.
Oh my God.
From New Year's Eve. So I'm just happy to be out amongst humans.
Well, I just want to say to you, don't be coming into 2026 time.
Oh, I'm not.
Because y'all heard.
I got a lot to do.
Y'all heard all that. I'm tired. Come to the, I guess it was like November, December, or did it start in October?
It
October,
started
way.
It started in July.
It was like way up there.
Yeah, no.
Like all tired.
Really,
I'm like,
all of 2025. But it was a good thing. Business is good.
Yeah.
And I have multiple businesses and multiple, things that I carry. So that's what it was.
Yeah.
And busy is good, but we have to balance out our lives. And that's what I know in 2026. That is my resting place. I will be balancing
well, we gonna hold you to that.
my life and getting all my life and travels in for 2026.
Ooh, that smile came like huge.
Yeah.
All 32 showing.
And I got all of them.
Well, it ain't like y'all ain't been traveling, Tammy. What's up with you, girl?
Well,
She just came off of a cruise.
I just came off of a cruise. Sorry, I did go to Mexico. But the crazy thing about that is, though, like we made it back on Monday. By Tuesday, all of us was sick. So most of my New Year Christmas and New Year was spent pretty much under the weather, put it that way. Although I made it to the New Year's Eve event, I still wasn't feeling like at the top of my game, but I was there though. So I spent most of the time kind of like under the weather. At the beginning of it, it started off like banging. The cruise was great. Had beautiful scenes, just a lot of time with the fam. It was great. But like I said, it started off great, but ended a little sideways.
Oh my goodness.
But it's a new year.
It's a new year.
me, and I'm off. It's off. It's off.
That's right.
Yep.
And it's on and popping.
It's on and popping.
Yep.
That's all I'm saying. Well, we want to invite Monique to the table to hear how you've been doing from your new year.
Okay.
Well, let's say toward the end of 2025.
I know, right?
Up until now,
Yes.
currently.
Yes.
How you been doing, girl?
You know what? I've been great. I feel like starting off the new year has been amazing. We can't be more thankful than we are now.
That's
today,
right.
You know,
That's
because we're
right.
seeing another year.
Oh my goodness.
So I have no complaints. And then the New Year's event topped it off. So, and that turned out amazing. So I would say I'm off to a great start.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, you
yeah.
look very, very, very
Thank you.
glowful. If that could be a word, you know what I mean? She glowing.
Thank you.
That makeup is popping.
Well,
Thank
is she
you.
glowing? But her teeth are white. Now, y'all wait a minute. Y'all don't understand.
She is a
Y'all
mouth
know
person.
I'm a mouth
She's
person.
a mouth person.
Really?
Oh my God.
Hygiene,
Yeah. They
dental
know she
hygiene
about
is
that.
a thing.
Oh my God.
And she gets really beautiful teeth,
Oh,
and they are
thank you.
white. Very beautiful smile, but her teeth, oh my God.
Thank
so that's why I'm sitting here like,
Oh my
Okay,
goodness.
look, she's in the
you.
beauty
Get out the girl
industry.
mouth.
Yeah. Thank you.
Wow. Well, ladies, let's start the show.
Let's do
Let's
it.
do it.
Let's do it.
Top story. Renee
Good.
Good. Yeah. And she was 37. And unfortunately, she lost her life. And I mean, I
It's
know
murder.
everybody else done heard about it. She done lost her life. She was shot by Jonathan Ross. And unfortunate. Now she leaves behind a daughter. And
I know it was 3 kids.
It's a total
She
of
has
3.
well,
Yeah.
they talked about
Her
the
youngest
one
is
kid.
6.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she has 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Well, the reports ain't always reporting all that.
I mean,
really.
it's fresh. It's
Yeah.
new. I mean, I think,
Okay.
you know, everything's being pieced together about her life, period.
Yeah.
You know, because, of course, none of us knew anything about her existence prior
Exactly.
to this.
Exactly.
I think she
and
just
so-
moved to Minnesota.
Just
That's
had
the other,
moved, yeah.
Just moved to Minnesota. That's the other thing too.
Yeah. So, and I think you'll just find out more and more, just like you'll find out more and more about him as well is coming to surface that wasn't even the first
Exactly.
incident recently.
Yeah, it was like something
All
happened
the-
like a week or so prior to this or something that they had on there.
Exact same thing,
that
shooting
was-
someone,
so-
and you know, yeah. So it's developing, and it's tragic.
It is
It's
tragic.
It's really daunting. I think that as a society, we are becoming really numb to these things, which is sad. We're definitely desensitized
Yeah.
in a lot of ways. So much so because I remember when it first happened, the first live that I seen of it in real time was when the wife went and sat on the porch. So it was a guy coming out the apartment
Yes.
building. That was the live I seen. I didn't see
Right.
all the other stuff yet, but I was seeing the wife with her dog sitting there and watching that no one had the wherewithal to go and check on her. None of the agents, no one was checking on her, and she is she's grieving right then and there. I mean, I think she's trying to piece together what's happening. She might even just kind of lost herself totally. And then she's trying to hold her dog. And all
Yeah.
she's saying to people is, can you please get the leash out of the car? Because she's trying to corral her dog. And then the next thing I see is the dog is gone. So I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
That's 2 missing things. I didn't know if the dog ever came back. Anyway, I think
She's a dog lover.
I am. And he was in the car. He was
Yeah.
in the car with her. So you don't know what that animals feel. And that animal was feeling her pain in that moment. You could see he was the person, or he was the animal consoling her in that moment when no one else was consoling her. But it's tragic that we're seeing this in real time. And now you're seeing 1,001 different angles of it. Her last words is, it's okay, I'm not upset with you. She's saying that to the man.
Right.
To see that and see her smiling while she's saying it to him. Yeah.
Wait a minute, they showed all that?
All that.
Yes.
There's so
There
much
was
development.
so
every
much.
10 minutes you see a new video that's
Right.
developing because everybody had their cameras out.
I even seen too where you was talking about the wife. This guy, his apartment was right there, and the wife was literally like here.
Yeah.
And he was like, "You just got out of the car. Are you okay? Are you okay?" He was asking her, "Was she okay?" He was like, "Well, can you contact people? Do you know?" He was asking her all these questions, and she was like, "It's like no one," because I mean, she's like, "We just moved. We
here.
just moved here,"
my
and he was
goodness.
like, "She got blood all over her,
Brain matter.
blood
That's
all
what
over
you're
this
saying.
woman, too, because she's in the car. And of course, they done shot this woman in the head, so she's out there with blood and stuff all over her. No, like you said, she was by herself. Nobody consoling this lady or asking her nothing or anything. And at this point, the dog was not with her, so it was just her out there by herself in a state that she just moved to.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah,
Ooh.
with blood all over her from her wife.
And they said there was a doctor who said, let me help.
not.
And they refused to allow him to go and do any kind of CPR or any kind of wound care for Renee. And then they said that they pulled her over in the back at an emergency HCMC or somewhere.
They pulled her out onto the sidewalk, and then they finally was performing CPR or trying to resuscitate. She might have already been gone.
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
At
In the
that
head.
time, especially when the officer who shot her went to that vehicle, looked in, and then he walked off.
Right.
So that means that she
knew.
probably was
Yeah.
gone. And the wife was saying it already. She was already saying that she's gone. She's dead. Because she was the one person who ran, because I thought she was in the vehicle. She was actually on the outside of the vehicle.
They showed a thing where
And
she
then
was going towards the car.
Yeah, and then she
she
ran
went
after the car, and then she went on the side and was, trying to help her and consoling, on top of her kind of. But the thing was, they pulled her out, put her on the ground, and then they moved her, because that's a tactic that they do for the crowd. They don't want people to see, so they moved her to the end of the block where people couldn't see. And then was acting like they was resuscitating or working on her then, but she might have been gone already. But they kind of do that to keep the crowd from going crazy.
It don't even look like they was even, because I mean, when you're doing CPR, it's like woo woo. It don't even look like they sitting there just doing this, like, well, just making sure we keep the crowd down. Because I mean, you got to put some force to that when you're doing that. It's not something that you can just barely tap the people like
Yeah,
this.
they be breaking ribs.
Right.
Come
on now.
It's tragic.
And it was
It's really
two people.
sad. And I think my biggest take from this, and I'll be quiet, my biggest take is that even in that, I think about the community. So it's already tragic enough. But then in that particular community, who already has went through a lot with George Floyd's murder, and that they're just starting to get themselves back in a comfortable, peaceful state. And now you have this. And I think what happens when we have and I understand we all want to go down and grieve and protest and all the things, but leave their community, like take it outside of there, because those people don't even get an opportunity to have peace.
Our prayers go out to her children and any other relatives that she may have,
family,
and friends in the community that this affects, because we really want to be able to do the best thing that we can do is pray for their family. And for those of you guys who want to donate, go on to the social media sites and see what you can do. But in other news, we want to talk about the couple
All right.
of the week.
What couple?
What couple? We ain't got the couple yet, but check this out, y'all.
Meet Charlisa. She's confident, adventurous, and full of life. From commanding the stage to set design to riding off into the sunset, She brings passion and purpose to everything she does. Are you ready for the challenge?
That fine one right there. Her fine
That
tail.
couple.
Yeah.
So we ended the 2025 year, y'all, on trying to initially get this girl at least 3 suitors.
Good candidates.
Good
3
candidates.
Good.
So y'all know
Gender
somebody.
suitors.
Come on now, hit us up at the Gossup because we really have a desire to get rid of her.
We want to get
We want to make this 2026.
fine and desire.
Right.
We want to
Ugh.
get this
We
thing
want it
all
right.
right. We are not going to
Come hither.
2027
Yes.
with this girl being single.
Yeah.
So the other couple that we talking about
That maybe it's 2 people instead of 1.
it's Reverend, the great Reverend McDonald. Now, a lot of people
Oh,
have been talking
this,
about
yes.
This went viral. I know some people that used to go to the church, but they ain't
Let
going
me
to the
tell
church
y'all.
anymore.
They trying to find a new membership.
They
huh?
trying to
tell
find
y'all.
them. But I really pray for the church, as a whole. Have you heard this story?
No.
What?
Well,
Yes.
yes.
Wait,
Girl, this is
national.
viral.
It's definitely
Girl,
viral. It's
mhm.
yes, fellowship.
Fellowship.
Because I'm looking like,
Fellowship.
Are you
Missionary
familiar?
Baptist Church.
Fellowship.
I think I attended, is it across the street from like a park?
Yes,
That's right.
it's right there. Let me tell
No,
y'all.
let me hear this.
Girl.
Well, this
Oh my
ain't.
God.
Wait a minute now. This ain't gossiping up
It's
a little
not.
bit. It's kind of low level gossip.
I know I haven't heard the whole story
But,
either.
oh,
Haven't
okay.
heard nothing.
So
And
he
visited the day they made his announcement that he was sitting down. I didn't know what was happening.
sitting down. He's sitting
I
down.
mean, not
now?
sitting down, going on sabbatical.
Oh, you went?
I went. 'cause
Okay,
I,
well, she could tell the
but we
rest.
I want
Okay.
you to tell it, but I'm
So-
just saying, a precursor. I went the day he was saying he's gonna go on sabbatical. So my nosy tail was sitting there like, what is happening?
Oh, wow.
What is going on? And I couldn't wait to get home. And I couldn't find anything for 2 days, and then everything started surfing. I was like, oh my God. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
He came here to Minneapolis to become the senior pastor at Fellowship
Fellowship missionary.
five years ago. Within that time, if you look at the lady to my right, my left, she may be to your right. He dated this young lady for approximately 3 of the 5 years that he had been here, because she had to come on and go on the good old internet so that she could dispute people thinking that she was the reason why
That she was a side chick.
that
'Cause
they
she
broke
wasn't.
up, that the wife and the husband, good old Reverend Reb, broke up. But what happened was 5 years here, 3 or so years with this young lady. They were living together. Suddenly he went on a sabbatical. And she said that they did lavish trips and 5-star Michelin star restaurants. And his sabbatical, I guess God was talking to him, they need to lay low.
Okay.
All right, maybe about 6 months later, he announced at his church, allegedly now, because the timeline might be off.
On Easter Sunday.
But he, in April, announced to the congregation his new love and fiance, which is the young lady on my right, your left. 5 months later, that he was getting ready to get a divorce because he needed to be healthy. Rumors have it, now
and
this is
physically
allegedly
safe.
that
I was there when he said it.
physically that she hit him with a car.
Hit him with a car.
She hit him with the car. Allegedly. And he called the other young lady who he had been in relationship with for 3 years to the hospital. And she said she only went up there because,
They were still
she
friends,
still
and she
cared for him and they were friends.
Oh, my.
He told the congregation he getting a divorce. And then he told the congregation that he was going to take him a sabbatical. He getting ready to go on another sabbatical and take him some time off. And this all happened
so he
at
can
the
heal.
end of 2025.
Oh,
Yes.
This just happened.
Interesting.
Yes. And so, and I'll say this because I have a lot of friends who go there. I actually have clients that go there, all of that. And, you know, I don't know because I wasn't a part of his relationship, nor was I part of their church ministry. Y'all know I've been going to different churches looking for a church because I don't know where I want to go or land and all that kind of stuff. And just so happened, I hear so many great things about Fellowship. I had never met him before, and I been meaning to visit. And I have lots of people that go there, and we have a lot of major Black leaders in our community go there too.
Yeah.
So it's a great ministry. From what I know, and it sounds like he's been a really great pastor throughout the years. So I went that day, and you know, I was really interested in hearing him preach and everything, getting a feel for the ministry. And sure enough, he comes out, and that's exactly what they have him come out, and he gets up there and says that and you know, I was just like, what's happening?
Wait,
you
you
know?
seen him cry?
I was there for the whole thing. I was there the day he
You
made
seen him
this
cry?
announcement.
He only
didn't
cried
do a
for
big-
probably
No, he didn't do a big cry.
maybe
No, he was kind of just choked up.
a snippet
He didn't
section.
cry. He
So
just
he
did
disappeared.
no. So I think he's on sabbatical, and I know that they've had other people preach. Then I hadn't went back, but what I found a couple of days later, that's when I was able to find, because I'm like, I'm about to find out what's going on, you know. And so, but this is the deal, and I have lots of thoughts about it without knowing all the humans and all the stuff. Is that, you know, he married this young TikTok influencer, because that's what she really was, all about social, you know, that's her platform. She has a big platform on TikTok. She's really a social media influencer, and that's what he essentially married. He knew what he was getting. I mean, if you watch her content, I was like, after I watched everything, I was like, well, nobody in the church thought this was a red flag. Like, everything that she was already doing in her content, for me, was a flag just seeing it.
Well,
and
actually, he
like,
was in a relationship with another young lady, and they were living together. So I don't know what's up with the church.
But no, I think
ain't
that's
saying
alleged.
nothing
I haven't heard
negative,
that they live together, and she didn't say that either in her thing. So I think that's alleged.
No, she said that.
No, she didn't. I watched her. Yep, I watched her.
The young
stuff
lady
too.
who,
but I didn't.
I'm gonna
hear
pull it
that-
up.
Yeah,
What you should know is that this person and I dated for approximately 3 years. We started dating in June of 2021, and I also loved and cared about him. I also experienced all of the lavish trips and Michelin star restaurants, and truly feeling like somebody loved and cared about me and truly felt like I could trust him. He and I maintained a relationship for about 3 years, and we lived together and everything. It was in the spring of 2024 that I found out some devastating news that my trust was broken and that I was humiliated.
But there's a lot out there, and I think, you know, a lot of things starts getting misconstrued and added. I never heard that they lived together, but I mean, of course, they probably was sleeping together. They probably was spending the night. He actually had got his own apartment while he was with his wife.
Yep.
He had moved out for a little bit. All of that's there. But no one said, I haven't heard that they lived together for 3 years or any of that.
He was living with this is allegedly what she said. They were living together, and after he announced, prior to him even announcing his new wife or fiance, she was not with the other young lady. Cara was not.
She wasn't with him.
She wasn't with him.
That's what she said.
Right. But in the past, they lived together, she said. And they were together for 3 years.
They were together for 3 years,
And
but that don't mean they lived together for 3 years.
No.
Or that they lived together.
Yeah,
I don't
they
remember
lived
her
together.
saying. I know that.
But yeah,
But my thing,
heard
I mean,
it.
those are still questionable things. When I'm hearing that's that, but I also can understand that you can, which is very enticing, you can live together in a household and still not sleep together. You know, there's times where people are about to get married, they move in
Girl,
before.
bye. Ain't nobody even talking about that.
They about to get I'm not
was off
taking
the
up for him.
chain.
I just want to finish though.
Oh,
There's
okay.
times when people move together and they
Yeah.
haven't been sleeping together because they're preparing to get ready to get married, and so they're already combining their households. So that's possible, but I don't know. It never sounded like that he ever proposed to her. But what I want to get back to is that I was always wondering, like, how did the church not question who she was? I mean, at the end of the day, he chose her as a wife. Mm-hmm. This is what he wanted, and he chose her as a wife. I know oftentimes the church be like, well, that's supposed to be represent first lady and everything, all of that.
Married.
Yeah, he got married in August. They got married in August. They eloped in Italy and went to Italy, got married. And so, like Sherry was saying, their history had been, because as a TikToker, and she has it all over her stuff, their history is that he was traveling with her all around the world, sending her places. He was dating her very lavishly. And who wouldn't want that as a young woman or as a woman? Yep. Who wouldn't want that? But part of her, you know, even just when her persona, when I just was always, when I seen it, I questioned immediately, like, why would he pick her? Like, you seen that was about to be tragic. And I'm not blaming anything on her, but what I'm saying is it already was a real big mix match, and it was already very questionable. Like, this is about to be really messy. I mean, she talked about.
He's getting a divorce.
Yes,
After
so they're
5
getting.
months.
Yep, after they got married, and I guess he was cheating throughout the marriage. Within that 5 months. Within that 5 months, that's what's been said, allegedly, that he was cheating on her, and she's pregnant. She got pregnant 14 weeks now, probably 14, 15 weeks at this point. But at the time when I was there, she was about 13 weeks pregnant. And so before their marriage, during their marriage, was these TikTok videos. And before the marriage, the reason why she had this big following is that she literally taped their entire courtship, their entire dating, everything about every aspect of their relationship. She always what do you call it? Had it on display. Yeah. And she always called him pastor, the pastor, and it was just weird. It's like it was almost like she was amused about marrying a pastor and dating a pastor. She even had these hashtags on that she don't got her a pastor type of, it's a hashtag out there, but she was really big on, you know, so she had this big following because she was showing all the women every aspect of their relationship, and she always referred to him as the pastor all the time. And then even when she's talking to pastor this and that, and it was just weird. It was kind of off. But this is what he married. I mean, this is what he was drawn to and interested. And I always, if I was a church member, I would be like, is this got to be our first lady? Or is this going to be like the woman of the, you know, just, I thought it was weird. And for me, it was questionable after I'm seeing all the things. And that's why, you know, it's become a big thing, because then she took it once, you know, she found out. Well, first of all, she found out he cheated on her already before they married. Before they married, she knew that in their engagement, right after he proposed. Actually, 2 days after he did the announce their engagement, that's when she was contacted by another woman in the church. And so she broke
another woman
off.
in the church.
Someone
Yes,
other
allegedly.
than
The other
yes.
ones.
And yes.
the other young lady.
And so she was upset about that, of course. And she had an opportunity. She called it off in that moment, but then she gave him an ultimatum. If you want to be with me, you need to fire the secretary, because she found out that the secretary's daughter was the woman he had a longer relationship with, and he fired the secretary. And so then she was back on point with it, but she knew there was already allegedly this issue, and she was gung-ho about marrying this pastor and this lifestyle that was introduced to her, and who, she's flying places, she's eating all the things, doing all the stuff, furs, it's cute to her. And she has a little young boy too that she's introducing to all of this. And so, but anyway, all that, I just was like, no one in the church, none of the elders, but maybe they did. I don't know. No one sat him down to say, are you sure this is what you want and how you want it? And because now with everything going viral and stuff, but that was her lifestyle the whole time. Yeah. So of course, if scandal is gonna go viral, because she's gonna do it. She's gonna be the first one to put it on there, because that's what she's done the whole time.
I have a question. So is it, just out of curiosity, so is it anything in the Bible that says what a first lady should look like, what her, what qualities a first lady should have?
I don't think that is. No.
And it's not, right?
Yeah.
No. So this is my thing. Why do we always try, like, as far as like a first lady or whatever, why do we always have to try to put them in the box that they should be X, Y, and Z? That pastor, well, as far as this is my opinion, he should be able to choose who he want and what is to his liking. Who he want and what is to his liking might not be what the church or whatever feel like who he should be with or who he should have, but that's not the church concern, because at the end of the day, this man is gonna have to be at the house with this woman 365 days a year, not the church. So I don't feel like a first lady should be put in a category of who she should be or whatever, because although she's an influencer, he can also have an influence on her where she would no longer, you know what I'm saying, she probably come in with a little short dress on, and then 6 months or a year later, she probably be coming in with the whole church outfit on what the first lady had. You know what I'm saying?
I
so
agree.
You can't just because of who she is and what she's doing, try to put her as if she can't be with this pastor because she does X, Y, and Z. We need to stop, as a society, we need to stop trying to put people in a category and try to define who should be whatever, because there's nothing in the Bible that says what qualities that a first lady should have. So therefore, I think us as a society, we need to stop trying to put this woman or whatever, or even the other thing that went on, in a category that shouldn't be. It's all according to who that man likes, and
it was
who's
his
gonna,
preference.
That's right, and who's gonna make that pastor happy. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day. Because like I said, we ain't gonna be in the house, I'm part of your congregation, but I ain't gonna be in your house trying to cook no meal or do nothing for you. Oh, nah, honey, you shouldn't be doing this. Pastor should like this. Like, no, we not. So we need to just sit in the back. The only thing that man is supposed to be doing is giving us the word. We are following him. We listening to the word. We ain't going there worrying about what that man, who he's bringing in as his first lady. So I think, me personally, I think that folks in the church should just kind of, you know what I'm saying, sit back on that, because they can't give no scripture on what this woman, who this first lady, what that woman should look like. It's all about our opinion and what we think
okay.
that she should be.
Both of them. I agree with both of them.
Right.
And just a little insight on that. See, it's very, like you said, you're looking for a church home. See, the reason why I agree with both and then also disagree with both is because you got to be careful who you follow as a pastor. Because if you're making these type of decisions, I'm following you as someone that's leading me. So if you're out here making these decisions and you're doing all these crazy things, then how am I going to follow that? How do I trust your word? So that's why it's like it's important. That's why I said agree, and then I said not agree. But then it's not important because I'm looking at you as somebody that I trust.
Right.
And so when you said you were looking for like a church home, that's been difficult too, trying to find somewhere to be, because like, who do you trust?
Yeah.
Right.
And knowing that they're not perfect at all. I 100%.
Exactly.
I 100% agree with what you're saying. I think for me, it comes down to the very thing of his decision-making ability.
Fellowship, because we are here. We are right around the corner.
Yeah, guard your
From the
hearts,
church.
guard your minds. Information just goes too fast, whether it's truth or not.
True
Everything's
that.
allegedly right now.
Everything allegedly right now.
And just guard your hearts and your mind.
But that sin that he has is
It's
overpowering
deep.
that
Right.
gift.
So, ladies, let's do some counsel insight. Wait a minute.
Look here, audience, I fell. Because we live and in living room color.
Yeah.
So that's what happened. That's what we on our quick break, but we moving on.
Oh God!
That's what she get for
No one was
talking
harmed in
slick
this.
at the lip. Next time she gonna just shut up.
Oh my God.
Oh
Even
God.
in the laugh.
Here we go. Counsel insight. Check this out.
All right, tell me what y'all would do in this situation, right? I already know what I'm gonna do, but I want to know what y'all would do. So this man asked me on a date on Monday, right? I told him I was free during the week. He said, where would you like to go? What time were you thinking? I said, I'm free Thursday, this time. He said, okay, cool. He asked me where I wanted to go. I said, I want to go here. I gave him the time. I gave him the place. He said, well, they only have reservations for outside. Is that cool for you? I said, no, I'm a cold lady. I need to sit inside. You know what I mean? But the next reservation for inside wasn't until later on in the evening. Now, he's coming from a little distance, and I wanted to be considerate of his traffic ride, right? So I said, I'll find somewhere else that's, in between both of those times. I did. I found another place. I sent it to him. I said, this has a reservation for this time. Now, when he asked me on a date, he said, something low-key and chill. Now, me, low-key and chill, 4 Seasons. That's what I do after I get my massage. I go to park by myself after I get my massage. That's low-key and chill to me. So when I gave him the second restaurant, it was low-key and chill by my standards, okay? Now, I realized it wasn't low-key and chill by his standards because I didn't hear from him after that. I gave him the second restaurant. I said, when you make the reservation, just text me the confirmation. This was last night. I'm just hearing back from him at 6 p.m. Now, I never said nothing because I was about to block him because you asked me on a date. I tell you where I want to go. We're going back and forth. Now, again, the texting is going back and forth until I send him the second restaurant. When I didn't hear back from him after I sent him the second restaurant, I knew he wasn't feeling it. You know what I'm saying? That's fine. That's cool. But don't not just say nothing. So he just texted me at 6, it's almost 6 o'clock. He just texted me, said, oh, I forgot to tell you, I made a reservation at the first place I had mentioned and suggested for a later time. Sir, we're not going on a date. We're not going on a date at all. Who you think I am?
Well, ladies, what would y'all do?
I think that first choice she had probably would have been me. She was like, oh, I started to block him. I think I would have blocked him. I mean, for one, if that place didn't suit you, and this is what you really was doing, you was really trying to take me out, if that was important to you, you would have been like, hey, this option is okay, but can you give me another option or something like that, or I don't like this because X, Y, and Z. Communication is key.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You could have said something instead of just going into hiding. So that makes me think like, you know what I'm saying, that you go, one of those people that's gonna be hiding, one of those niggas. I don't got time for those. I'm gonna be, you know what I'm saying? I ain't got time for that. So I would have probably went with her first choice of blocking him. I wouldn't even known that you text me the next day at 6 p.m. because you wouldn't have been able to get through. So you need to take that text that you sent me and send it to somebody else who don't care, because at this point I don't.
Well, what if he was trying to rev up some extra cash,
Well,
knowing that y'all.
As
you
I said,
that,
if you didn't have the cash, why even? You know what I'm saying? Or you should have said, hey, find somewhere to play. I mean, somewhere to go, but first, you know what I'm saying? Can we keep it within this, you know what I'm saying, price range? Or you could have said, hey, we're getting to know each other. Let's go have coffee. You know what I'm saying? Because it don't have to be a minute.
I'm more so of, after I told you I like indoor this time, this date, you pick.
Mm-hmm.
You surprise me. I shouldn't have to be looking up dates, making reservations, doing all that. You pick it. Like, you a grown man. We old now.
That's right.
I did that when I was younger. Now you pick. And you surprised me.
Hello.
So, yeah, that would have been an issue already. Right as soon as he said, I got to do work already? I don't even know yet.
These women are rough.
You right about that. I got to work, so we know how this don't go.
Google and search. Like, no.
So that's letting you know you gonna always be the one that's got to go on Google to search.
See, no, you too old. You too old. So,
like you say, I want to be surprised too sometimes. I don't want to always be the one to give it.
At least that's your best impression.
Yeah, that's his first impression with you. And I agree.
You agree?
What I'm saying is, I agree that I like a man to take charge and pick the place the first few times. Yeah. Because it gives me insight on who he is, all of that.
Very good. Very good.
And if I'm picking a place, I'm picking places based on what I love, or I'm picking places that are brand new that I haven't been to so that we can experience it together.
Right.
So if you are giving me the option, I'm going to give you a couple, but if you're giving me the option, you're giving me the option. Otherwise, I really prefer you to do it. I think communication was key. Yeah. Whatever the issue was, he should have communicated it. But also, she wanted instant everything. He's working. It could have been a bunch of other things going on that he didn't get an opportunity to communicate with you prior, but knowing before the date, if you knew it was a specific time you guys were going on a date and he's telling you an hour before, 6 o'clock before, this is where we're going, he still communicated it to you.
No. It was 6 o'clock the next day.
The day that they were supposed to go on the date. Oh.
The next day.
Yeah, they were supposed to be going on that date that day.
They just didn't have their date at all.
He didn't respond.
He didn't respond when she gave him that other option. He didn't respond to that option. He gonna go call her back the next day.
So they just missed the whole date. Oh, no. Yeah, you missed it. And you didn't even come back. See, I'm thinking she was just tripping because he didn't tell her earlier.
No, because the time didn't fit. So she gave him another restaurant.
She gave him another,
hey, this is where we can go.
And then she could have even just went and ate outside, get a sweater. Like, don't be like that your first date.
Yeah, women, we can be so extra with it
just
sometimes.
go. I would have just grabbed an extra sweater.
Yeah, we can be really extra. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, communication's key. You're seeing how he's leading, how he's guiding you. And it also shows you how important you were in that moment.
And also, I just, singles like us, we don't have a man, so we need to try to do a little something different.
She said she tried to find you somebody.
That's what we trying to get her.
Well, I ain't looking right now. I ain't looking right now.
Look, we're trying to get her. We gonna get her first.
We gonna get her.
She's available.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Well, we have one more video. Here we go.
All right.
Okay, ladies, question. A guy just posted this. He said, imagine you dating a guy and y'all been dating a couple of months or whatever. Y'all are not married though. He give you $500 to gamble. He go on the other side of the casino and he's gambling on his side. But the woman hits for $100,000. What you do with the money? What you do with the money? What you gonna tell him? How that conversation gonna go? There's no right or wrong way answer to this. I just want to see what y'all gonna say. What the fuck?
Oh, that's simple. Take your 5.
Use your 5 back.
Okay, ladies, what y'all got? Wait, Monique already. she done came in hot.
That's easy.
So you said you would give him his 5 back?
Yeah.
I didn't need it after all. I appreciate you, brother.
Yeah. I just met you too.
Yeah.
a little nicer. You know, you gave me that 500. I won 100,000. You know, due to the fact of, I don't know, maybe it was your idea or whoever my idea or whatever, but the fact that you gave me that 500, you know what I'm saying? I'll probably be like, well, you know what? Thank you for that money. Here you go, you 10. There go, you 10 G's, you know, just for doing that, because
10 G's.
it's like, I still got 90,000 free dollars. I mean, dollars.
I don't know him like that. I don't know him like that.
My thing is, I don't know you like that. You didn't know me like that to even
And
give
he
me
gave
that
me the
$500.
That's why we're going to give it back.
So
Give it.
I give you that 10, and what you do with it, I don't care. Even if we don't see each other again today, I still got $90,000 thanks to you.
See how I be thinking, okay, he might try to come and rob me. I be thinking all type of stuff.
Well, he doesn't even have to know that you got the 100,000.
Right.
I mean,
We
why
got
does he
Monique
know? How does he
saying
know
that
he was
she
on the
would
other
give him the
side?
5 back.
Yep.
We got Tammy saying she would give him a cool
Look,
10 G's.
I
Charlize,
am
so
going
what
to
you
say
gonna do?
he might not even know about it because he was on the other side of the casino. So there's no reason for him to know that I won it unless the casino announced it. But I think I would give him something. One,
What would you give him?
I ain't gonna fall again. I was about to fall again. One, I would give him his 5 back, but I would give him probably more. And knowing me, I might
What's
look.
more? Come on out with it. How much would
I
you
would
give
probably
him?
give him. I would be like, let's go on a trip. You
No.
know me, like
We
let's
talking
take
about
this date on a trip somewhere. Like let's go somewhere with the money. I mean, not with all of it, but with a portion of it.
How much?
I would spend $10K. Let's go. Just quickly jump a flight somewhere
Right.
and go
First class.
do something fun.
That's
And
right.
continue our date. We can go to Vegas casino and then come back tomorrow. But that to me, that's me. That's my mentality. I'm spur of the moment. I'm spontaneous like that. So because I also appreciate the fact that he gave me $500. I didn't even have to play it. I could have pocketed that. So he's generous. Obviously, he didn't mind giving me the money. So I would, one, give him his money back. He probably wouldn't even know about it, but if he knew about it, I would be like, let's go extend our date and go have fun.
Oh. Saying she wouldn't tell him. She'd give him 500. He give that 5 back. Tammy said 10 racks. Charlize is, now it took her some time because she doing trips and 10 racks.
Okay. Now, what is your thought?
Up to
Or
10K.
10 racks. Up to 10K.
But I would give him his 500 back.
Okay.
I would. And I'd be like, let's extend our date this way. Like he wouldn't know I won that much.
Right.
Well, one, if he gave me 500, he didn't really need any money from the door.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, that's number one.
Generous.
Number two,
Come through
I
here.
would wait. I would wait first to see how well the relationship would, kind of mature. Actually, if things didn't go as planned, he wouldn't even get that 500. What you don't know.
Exactly. That's what
It ain't gonna hurt you, brother.
Exactly.
I'm as cool as calm as possible. Trust me.
Exactly. Especially if I know you don't. I mean, if you don't know now, that's like I
Right.
said, I probably will be like, you know what? Look, just take your 500 back. You know what I'm saying?
Because that's
I still
suspicious if y'all giving that 500 back because he
No,
would
'cause
be
you could've
wondering,
won
you
something.
could have won
Yeah.
something.
I could have won like 1,000.
That's
I'm giving
true.
you half.
Yeah.
Oh,
Right.
Look how
okay.
generous I am.
That's true.
Yeah.
Giving you
That's
half
true.
of what I won.
That's
And then
right.
if he's a good man, because he already gave you the 5, he'd be like, baby, keep it. I gave that to you.
And now I'll reconsider
He's
what
not-
I'm going to give him later.
Exactly.
It's my duty. Not just-
Because you still trying to give it back.
That's good. That
Yeah.
is good. We want to ask you guys, what would you do if you were at a casino and somebody gave you 500 and you won 100,000? What would you do? And with that being said, we getting ready to get into the good stuff. Well, Monique, we just want to thank you for being here on the Gossup.
Yes.
But Monique is here for a reason. We're doing a business spotlight on Monique Greene because she not only is a business person, but she gets it done. We've had the opportunity to be at the New Year's Eve event with one of the co-business partners who put that event on. And I want you to share with our viewers who you are, first and foremost, and then we can just go from there. We'll continue on with the hot questions that we got for you.
Okay. Well, thank you for having me first and foremost. I am Monique Greene, and I am an owner of Modèle D Suites. Also the owner of Malure Cosmetics. I am a mother of 1.5.
Ooh, did y'all hear that?
And a
half.
That sounds so weird.
Mama got a baby in the oven.
One is in the oven.
Yes, I have an almost 10-year-old now.
Oh my
So
goodness.
she's almost 10 next month. And I am a wife.
Woo!
Yeah,
Congratulations.
Yeah. So I guess I should add mentor too, because I do a lot of mentoring. Yeah. So that's Monique.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So part of your mentoring, can you kind of touch base a little bit on that?
Yes. Yeah. So I have been a mentor with, I don't know if you guys heard of Girls Taking Action.
Mm-hmm. Girls Taking Action, the Price.
Yes.
Dr. Price.
So I have done that for 2 years. And then I also do business coaching too. So I have been doing that for about 5 years now. Yep. So, and then also I do makeup classes with little girls. So I was mentoring them as well on my own.
Wow. You just share a little bit about the New Year's Eve event that took place. Yeah.
Okay.
And how long you've been doing the New Year's Eve events.
Ooh, okay. Well, me and David Jones have known each other for a very long time. And I actually bought 5 cars from him. I had a Toro business.
Oh,
and
wow.
Yeah, I started with David with all my cars. So that went really well. And then just one day he said, Mo, I said we want to do an event together and it's New Year's. I'm like, oh, okay, it's New Year's. And we have been planning this New Year's event for about maybe 5 months now.
Wow.
Yeah, so we're on call. Oh my God, we're on call probably like 6 times a day. Just planning it, making sure that
this
it's
is your
perfect.
first one with him?
Yeah,
wow.
with David. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was our first event.
Wow.
Yeah. We never did events together. No.
Wow.
And it went really smooth.
It did.
It really did.
It did.
Yeah.
It did.
It was a really good turnout.
You guys work really well together.
Yeah, we really do. And I'm surprised because he's so strong, I'm so strong. And you know how that can go. So we clashed and we didn't clash. I'm surprised. I think we picked and choose our battles.
Yeah.
So when he would get on the call, and I'm like, okay, he's strong about that. I'm gonna leave that alone. And then he'll get on the call and he'll be like, oh, Mo's strong about that. We kind of just let it be. So it worked out well. It did.
Wow.
Yeah. So once we got together, we he had a team already, and then I brought in a couple people that I knew. So it all worked out, and we all worked well together. So it turned out amazing.
It did.
Yeah.
2026 New Year's Eve masquerade party, nothing short of legendary. Presented by D. Jones Entertainment and Malure Cosmetics, featuring special guests, fees, and public announcement. The night brought elegance, energy, and unforgettable vibes. From the moment the doors opened, the masquerade looks were in the building. Masks, costumes, and pure style. Ashley Henderson, Bianca, and the Gossup podcast set the tone for a celebration that went all the way up. And holding it down on the ones and twos was none other than DJ Dye, who kept the steppers locked on the dance floor all night long. We danced, we celebrated, and we rang in the new year the right way, straight through the night and into the morning. If you missed this one, don't let it happen again. Tap the link in our bio to join the waitlist for 2027.
First question, what inspired you about this business? And then the second part of that would be, how did you come up with the idea?
So Modèle inspired me because I always wanted a business that worked for me, where I didn't always have to be present. And because I have always been hands-on with all of my businesses, and I'm just like, okay, what if something happens? And who's gonna look out for the business and who's gonna take care of that? And I said, Monique, you have to come up with a plan where you don't have to be there and it runs on its own and you can go start doing other things that you wanna do in life. And I said, well, I'm gonna eventually do some suites. And it kind of died at first. And I started working, somehow I went and looked at a suite for myself because I'm a makeup artist as well. So I went and looked at a suite and I said, you know what? It's time for me to kind of start looking at seeing what the competition looks like. Don't know when I'm going to open. I'm just going to go start looking. I walk in these suites and I do my tour and it's a guy there that's the contractor. I'm like, oh, are you? So now I'm getting all my contacts together. So I'm kind of like getting contacts. And one thing led to another. Me and him ended up in a meeting. And he said, I feel that you can help this business grow somehow. Mind you, this is me going out looking at suites. And we sat and met for like 4 hours at dinner. And I came in and I started overseeing his entire suites, 51 suites. So I was a manager of the whole building, of everything. So so the marketing, the everything, and how somehow that all happened. And I was actually working at a salon, my girlfriend's salon, because I closed my store. And he said, well, why don't you come here? And I was like, oh, no, I don't want to miss that. I don't want to mix that. Because I knew once I left her salon, I was coming to my own suite.
Right.
And he said, well, you know what? We're going to give you your suite and everything for free. We're going to build it out. We're going to do everything for free. And I was like,
See, free.com.
Free.com. I said, so I pay nothing and get paid? And he said, yeah. So I took it. They built out a suite. And I said, this suite too small. He said, well, we'll knock down a wall. So I got 2 suites. And I'm the overseer of the building. And I'm like, this is going great. And then after a while, I'm like, this is still not who I am. And I said, you know what? It's time. We had a couple mishaps there. And I remember calling my girlfriend. I said, I'm about to start Modèle Suites. I don't know how.
Wow.
I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know where I'm going to go. And 2 weeks in, I was telling them, I was there almost a year there. But 2 weeks, I gave them 2 weeks notice. I said, you know what? I think I'm leaving. And they was like, leaving? I was like, yeah. They was like, oh, I thought we were going to meet to figure out what we're going to do for market. No, I'm leaving. And I left. Yeah. And I was on this, I know it was a crazy story, and that's the short version. And I started looking for me a space. And I found a space down the street from him. And
the competitor.
Right. And I was a huge competitor to him because I came in with so much knowledge. And it was 51 suites. They had 12 people. I had them almost filled.
Wow.
And I started doing a lot of the newsletters and everything I incorporated into that brand. So he was losing a big piece of that business. So he was helpful. He's like, I'll come and help you with plumbing. He came to my location and I put my deposit down and everything. And I went home and said, that's not the space. Lost my deposit. So over $3,000 I lost. That was the first big loss. And I said, I just can't, this is not it. It's not Monique. And my husband was looking at me like, what do you mean? It's not Monique. You just put your money down. I was like, yeah, but it's just not glamorous enough for me. He's like, but you're going to do construction. I'm like, yeah, it's just not it. I end up leaving. The man let me out the lease. I didn't even move in. It was 2 days later?
What?
Yeah, I didn't even move in. And I said, that's not it. So I went and searched some more and I found this place. And it's so funny how God works because I left the relationship great with the guy I signed a lease on.
Yeah.
I said, everybody's like, no, he kept your money. No, leave it alone.
Yeah.
I'm more of a person that business is business.
Right.
And that was that. We left on good terms. Come to find out, I found this out maybe 4 months later. He just bought this building.
What?
He's the owner of this building. Yeah. Yep. And he came in and he shook my hand and he said, hi, boss lady.
Oh my goodness.
I said, well, I'm glad I left that on good terms.
Alignment. Got it.
Wow.
Yep. I sure did.
That is unbelievable.
Yeah. And I end up calling the manager. I'm like, wait, it's such and such. He's like, oh yeah, he's the owner now. Okay. So that's how I ended up at Modèle here.
Wow.
And I knew I was already in the business, and I always try to think ahead. What's happening next for me, and what's happening in the beauty industry? What's happening? And I'm like, it's going to be suites because salons are starting to die.
Yep.
And it's because everybody wants to be their own CEO. They want their own space. And I'm like, I have to create that. Let me try to get ahead. And that's why I started Modèle.
So quickly, Modèle, where did you come up with that name?
You know what? I'm always sitting creating names.
Yeah.
So like my daughter's name is Pari, and I made that up. So I love just making names up because I think it sounds cool. And I remember I had my accountant a long time said, don't tell anybody that. I was like, but it's true. So actually, I made it up. Yep, just a name that I came up with, and I was like, I think that's pretty unique. It's gonna be Modèle.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's how I came up with that. Yeah.
Love it. Love it. So I absolutely love a serial entrepreneur.
Yeah.
After my own heart. I love it. I love it. And that was really one of my first questions was, how did you come up? Because everything's in a name. It's important. It projects where you're going. And I can't stand when you have businesses, you can't figure out what the business is because the name is something totally different. And you're like, it don't line up or anything. So one of the things I want to say just right off the bat, when I walked into the space, it's beautiful. It's welcoming. It's inviting. It's excellent. Aesthetics is everything, especially in the beauty industry. It's everything. And if people don't comprehend that, I mean, we can walk into it or drive by 1,000 shops and see them looking janky. And they're still full, but they're janky on all levels. But and it's not a place you can feel like you can walk into and feel welcome, feel peace in that space. A place where you can feel restored, and I can feel that when I walked into your space right away. It's really well appointed, very beautiful. So congratulations on that. I love it. So I want you to tell our audience a little bit about what has been your biggest success so far, you feel, how you felt like you really got to that level of success, because I hear a lot of scale in you. You've been scaling for a while, and that speaks a lot about who you are and where you're going. But speak to your success, and then how you got to there, and then what has been a failure for you and what you've learned from that in business.
You know what I would say a success is the tenants trusted me. It doesn't have to do with money. It doesn't have to do with how far I came. It has a lot to do with people trusting you. And when they trust you, they follow you. So that has been my biggest success, that you trust me enough. I left these big suites and you like, okay, well, I'm going to follow. They followed me before they even seen this place.
Oh my goodness.
It was under construction. Carpet was pulled up. There was nothing here. And they trusted my vision. And they trusted my leadership, because when I was over there, I shown that.
Right.
If I couldn't bring anything else, I brought that.
Wow.
So I would have to definitely say that that's my biggest success of dealing with my tenants and people that's coming here and supporting me. That I would say that. And my biggest failure, I would say, is I had to learn how to make sure I divided personal and professional.
Very important.
Yeah, very important, because women, we're emotional, so we have a heart and we want to help. And you organically want to do that. If someone comes and say, I need help with this, you're going to try to help no matter what position you're in. But that can also hurt you. You have to be very careful about who you allow in your space. And you got to be careful about yourself, because you can harm yourself in ways and we not even know it. And I even teach my daughter this: don't always point the finger at other people. Figure out what you did to add to that. What could you change?
Right.
And that's what I would say that has been a big failure for me, because I always go in, it's okay, it's okay, I'll help. And now it's like, no, I can't help. But what I can do is refer you to somebody. That's why I first asked you, do you do business coaching? Because I try to keep everything so separate now.
Right.
I'm very private now. At first, I was super open. I used to do a lot of, when I had my Malure Cosmetic store, I did a lot of events together with my staff. I don't really do that a lot anymore, because it can get too personal. You care for people, so if you're around someone, you're hearing what's going on, you're gonna genuinely just want to help. So now I'm really, really kind of just off to the back when it comes to things like that, and I'm stepping.
There you go.
So, and I run quick. Like, you know what? I'm going that way. As soon as I hear, how was your day? Well, you know what? I want no problems. My favorite thing is saying, I don't want no smoke.
That's right.
And I'm conscious about people reaching out on social media.
Wow.
When they reach out and want to do interviews and me come mentor, I used to always just, okay, every space is not where I should be.
Wow.
So I'm protective of that too.
That's
so now I don't accept.
Very important.
Yeah, I don't accept everything.
It lets you know that you're getting seasoned.
Yeah.
And everybody is not your client. You know, everybody is not meant for you. That's just where it's at. As you grow and you scale. And that's hard for people to understand, especially when they've had a relationship with you for so long. Yes. Like, what you trying to say? You better than me now. All that. No, I've grown, I'm scaling, and I'm in some new arenas. You know, new things are happening. Yeah. Tell us a little bit more about your cosmetic line. Okay. How that started. Where is it at right now? Okay. And just tell us a little bit more about that, because I don't think people realize who we have sitting in front of us. Because you might have been wearing her medicine. It's medicine.
It is medicine,
but you might have been wearing her line and never knew it. You've probably seen it in stores, never known that it's a Black woman's line. So tell us more about that.
Okay, well, Malure started, oh my God, I wanted to do makeup for myself. And I never wanted to do makeup for anybody else. Wow. And I know, and my mother, it was never a passion for me. So I just wanted to go out and feel pretty and just, so I started kind of practicing, and I'm like, let me post a picture on social media just to see what they thought. And it went up. Everybody was like, can you do my makeup? I'm like, okay, I guess so. So I was working overnights as a CNA, and I started getting a lot of bookings. And I'm like, I can make real money from this. So my mom was like, just keep going. I was like, no, I'm not good at all. And I kept practicing, and I started doing makeup at my house. And my mother got sick from ovarian cancer. And I'm like, okay, well, how do I balance this life? I have a new baby. I'm working overnights. I'm trying to do makeup. And she said, just keep going, Monique. And I said, I'm going to keep going. And one thing led to another. I started doing makeup. I ended up leaving my job. I was there for 7 years. And I remember I said, I want to go home and be with my mom because she was sick. And they said, you either pretty much here or your mom.
Oh my goodness.
I didn't know I had the hustle in me until that day. And I said, well, how am I going to make money? And, you know, we're used to working. Yeah. And I'm like, hustle what? I don't know how to sell anything. And I said, you know what? I'm going to go out there on a leap of faith. And I sat at the nursing home with my mom, like, I don't know how my light bill finna get paid, and I have a 1-year-old baby. And I just started doing makeup. And the more I'm doing makeup, I started getting people saying, well, do you have a lipstick that you put on me? I'm like, well, no. Well, do you have a foundation that you, well, no. It's time to make me a line. I started with just glitter at first. Little glitters. Oh my God, I see it pop up on my timeline. I'm like, ooh, I'm not really sure of that. It's coming back. Oh my God. And then it went from that to lip glosses, and then I went to over 132 different products on my line. Foundations, concealers, mascara, everything you can think of, I had.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so it went really, really big, and then I started getting pretty much all over, started getting billboards put up of Malure. It went big.
In stores?
Yeah, in stores and all of that. And I was just like, everybody's like, is this sinking in? I'm like, it doesn't sink in for me, even with Model, because you work so hard.
Right.
So I always remain humbled and the same person. So I never really be like, oh yeah, mighty me. I'd be like, girl, I'm gonna sit right there with you. We can finna enjoy this together.
Oh my goodness.
So I always felt the same. I always felt the same. Never felt higher, lower. I just feel like it's just me constantly working. So it always felt the same to me. So I couldn't even tell you how it feels to be up or low, but what I can tell you what's different is that when you've been out there so much on the scene and everybody knows you, now I'm quiet. I like to hide. I don't like to be out there. I don't like to go. I don't really, because it's like I always kind of say it as how you have fame. And then you're like, I got a piece of that. Now I don't want that no more. I don't want that no more. Because now you're on display. And now you're opening up your life. Everything. And I felt like, so I'm gonna give you guys a little fun fact. Me and my husband been married 3 times.
Oh,
same
wow. Congrats. I know that feeling.
Nobody knows that, so y'all the first one to hear that.
You heard it first here on the Gossup.
Nobody knows that. And you know what? And I feel that me being out there played a huge part in my quick decision making. I don't need you.
Right.
And then I can do this all by myself. And then I'm like, I really do need him. And I'm like, can you come back? He was like everything. He was like the glue, even with Model, like doing everything. And I'm just like, I so appreciate you more now than I have ever appreciated you in this relationship. Because you don't realize when you have a crutch behind you, because you're on the go. You're like, I've been doing all this. I'm the brains behind. And you're like, wait a minute, you are somebody that's very vital in my life. Not only my life, my daughter's life. So he's been around for 12 years now. Yeah. So that's why I'm like, I like it quiet. And I feel like we're not on display anymore. So we're not making those emotional decisions and just saying whatever. And me being on social media looking out here, I don't need him, blah, blah, blah. None of that happens anymore.
Wow.
And it comes from growth, too.
That's
You
right.
grow.
Did y'all hear that?
Right.
You
That's
grow.
right.
Yeah.
Growth.
And I was, early 20s. So now I'm 38. Now we've been on each other longer than that. So before we was even dating. But I'm like, we had to learn.
Yeah.
We had to learn,
And a lot of what I'm hearing is a real vibrant, multifaceted woman sitting here.
Yep.
Business, mother, wife, and still holding
Entrepreneur.
all that.
Yeah.
Entrepreneur, boss lady, all of that.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, it's hard for people to carry all those balls at one time and still elevate. And still have all your mental faculties together. So share with us how you balance all that for yourself. And if you can give advice to another woman who is looking to start her own business and she's holding a bunch of balls as well, what would you say to her, especially if she's just starting out?
I would definitely say you have to figure out, I say therapy is number one. I always have my therapist in my back pocket. And unfortunately, the one that I had ended up passing away. Very young. He was very young. And I'm pretty sure you guys are familiar with who he was. And Jason Colton. Do you know him?
Oh, I've heard of him.
Amazing. And every Tuesday, I was like, what happened last Tuesday? I got a lot. I got to dish out. And I was quick with, like I said, making my decisions. So I had to, we as women have to realize what is things I need to work on for myself. And I was like, one of the things is I'm impulsive. Like, I be done quick. And I get on one call like, Jason, I think I want a dog. The next call, I'm like, I got the dog. He'd be like, what is that? I'm like, the dog. Told you I needed it. And I had to work on that. So I was like, okay, I got to get my balance together here. And I was dealing with grief. So I was dealing with grief. I was dealing with being a new mom. I was dealing with this new relationship because me and him were so different.
Right.
We were the same but different. We knew each other from back in the day, but we were different. So what I had to learn with relationships and making sure that with Chris that I'm not putting my desires on him and what I want for myself in life. I was putting it all on his plate and would get upset when it wasn't being fulfilled. It wasn't what he wanted. And it took time for me to understand that how can I put what I want in life on another man? He has his own life and goals and ambitions and drives that he want to do on his own. But who understands that when you this super ambitious woman? You want the world to work out for you, and you want your partner to be in that same world with you. So I had to really sit back and accept and learn, how do I understand where he's at as a man, and understanding that, and being a woman and he's a man. How do I understand that? Because we kept clashing. And he's just like, I'm trying to figure it out. And I'm like, well, I'm trying to figure it out. And I said, you know what, Monique, sit back, let Chris do him, because we think just because we entrepreneurs, our spouse is the same. Sometimes it works best when they are just working.
When they're not. Yeah.
When they're just working.
Yeah.
And I said, can you imagine, Monique, if he was an entrepreneur, you was an entrepreneur? Oh my
Exactly.
God, it would have been a mess. So I love that he works his 9 to 5 and I got the business side going because it balances me.
Right.
When I go home, he's all calm and I'm the one that's stressed and he's trying to help me figure it out. And I'm like, Monique, why didn't you accept it? But it takes time to get there. It takes time to get there in the relationship.
Right.
I had to understand where he was at. And I'm like, now that we're there, I'm like, it's smooth sailing. I said, we almost don't even argue about little stuff about why you eat my ice cream the other day. We argue about that all the time because I mean business when it comes to my food. But like other stuff, it's like he has no pressure and I have no pressure. He lets me be me. And I learn a lot from him. the things I learned from him is I used to be, okay, I got to put this on social media, show this on social media, because you have a following. So you got to always keep them up to date with what's happening.
Right.
And I ain't going to tell you his words because he don't care about the people. He just like, I don't care about that. Right. But I learned to, everything don't need to be shown. Everything doesn't have to be shown.
That's true.
And I'm like, being quiet is okay. Not having to be relevant is okay.
Wow.
And allowing the business to work for itself is okay. And that's the space I'm in now. So even with me doing makeup, I'm eventually gonna venture off from that because I like the quietness and the stillness of our life now.
Wow. So he balances you out.
Oh my God, yeah. He balances me out. And I'm like, I thought I'd never say that. I'd be like, yeah, right. But yeah, he really does. And he helped me through the most traumatic spots of my life, which is my mother passing.
Wow.
And also me becoming a mother. Because even when I was having my baby in the hospital, he was calling my mom, did she have the baby yet? I'm like, tell him, shut up. Because we were really close friends. So it helps me a lot. And I'm like, I don't know. God brings people in your life at certain times.
Yeah.
Because if I didn't have my daughter, it's so many things. I'm like, I would have just been making all type of decisions. I wouldn't have settled down like, okay, Monique, now you got to calm down, figure things out for your life. You got to figure it out. I wouldn't have done that. I would have still been trying to find a perfect man and putting all that pressure on him because I didn't know.
Wow.
So now that I know when things got broken down to me, and I sit with myself, and I'm always kind of thinking like, okay, how can you make that better? And even with my aunt, she's way older than me. She'll call me. I said, well, baby, we got to start processing what we say to people. Because what I say to you is going to be different from her conversation.
Yep.
It's going to be the same delivery,
Right.
but your delivery may be a little different.
Yeah.
Because you're more calmer,
Yeah.
or she's more calmer.
Right.
And I'm like, that's how I learned to deal with people, and that's how I learned to deal with my tenants. You can't just talk to people any kind of way.
No.
So I might have to be direct with you, or I might be like, hey, girl, you know what, you look pretty today. Let me start with a compliment first, and then let me go in what I got to say. So it's all about how you work with people, how you talk to people, and how you treat people. So that's what I said I learned to put also inside my relationship.
Last question is, what were some challenges you faced? You probably kind of touched on that a little bit. That was last.
Okay, here?
Right, just
or
in general, just going through your business life or whatever, like what was like your challenges? What brought you to be the strong person that you are today?
I would say being alone, far as in mindset, when it comes to figuring out what's next for you, how to come up with a plan, what you want to do. Like this business here, Model, I planned out everything from where I wanted the picture to where I wanted the colors of the wall to what I wanted the trimming to be, and not having someone to bounce ideas off of, which has been a struggle for me, because then you battling yourself with thoughts, and you just kind of like, and then you have friends that's not into business, so you kind of get up like, but I also learned that about my relationships with my friends. I had to learn how to, one of my close friends, I used to get upset because I'm like, I'm on the phone like, okay, what do you think about this? Girl, I don't know. And I had to learn, like, everybody's in your life for a different reason and role. And I'm like, her role is, what program is out for the kids? Her role is, where's a new park I can take Parker to go swimming? That's her role. And make me some banana pudding. But so I took off those expectations of her being my business coach and being a financial person, and because then you get upset. So I started learning, put people in their categories. That, like my girlfriend over just here. I know that she go MIA every 3 months. so I don't expect nothing for her to see her in 3 months. Love you, see you later. 3 months. So I'm not getting upset that you ain't been around and you're not supporting me.
Right.
I know I see you in 3 months. So and when we can connect. See how
it's
just
just
connected?
like
It's just the same. Like we're just connected because you have to take off those expectations on people. Yeah. Because they don't know they're in your role to be your business coach. Right. So they don't know that.
You just signed everybody up.
Everybody else.
My business coach.
They don't even know they
exactly. So once you put them in their categories, you be like, okay, I'm okay with this.
Where do you see yourself 3 to 5 years from now?
Putting up another location in St. Paul right now.
Wow.
Another Model, and continuing to pour into other women in bigger spaces, smaller spaces, medium spaces. So I want to continue to do that, and kind of just like I've been doing, quiet. Continue to be quiet. Like, I don't want to be out there. Like, no, I done had my share. And you only understanding if that's been you before. So one of my girlfriends, she's like, I'm ready to get out. I said, you go ahead. Good luck. I'm gonna be behind the door like, girl, you all right? But yeah, that's what I plan on doing in the near future, is opening up multiple locations for Modèle, and just enjoying the fruits of my labor, being able to be a mom. Because all I've been doing is running. So now I'm like, oh my God, Monday through Friday with a baby? Ooh, with a bottle? Yeah. But I gotta get a stroller too?
Yes.
So yeah,
car seat.
I'm like, oh, look, Chris like, yeah, now you can sit down. I'm like, sit down.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Yes. We'll see you next time. And don't forget to stay up with the gossip. That's right.
Here's a quick look at Modèle Salon Suite. From hair, brows, makeup, lashes, it's a one-stop shop. We want to thank you, Monique Greene. You exemplify greatness. For more information, contact Modèle Salon Suites at 612-843-4442. That's it for today's episode of The Gossup. If today's conversations got you thinking, drop a comment. We'd love to hear from you. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and turn those notifications on so that you won't miss an episode. Until next time, stay up with the gossip.